Good morning, students. I am Anupama Murthy from KPS Nehru Nagar. Today, we are going to deal with the second chapter of the NCRT book, and the name of that chapter is The Tsunami. Everything changes with a blink of an eye. So, it began on the day after Christmas, that is, the 26th of December 2004. In the wee hours of morning, that means early in the morning, when everyone was asleep, tsunami hit Thailand and parts of India such as Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Tamil Nadu coast. These areas suffered huge losses of life and property. Do you know what a tsunami is? Well, tsunami is a very large and powerful wave caused by earthquakes under the sea. The 2004 tsunami was considered to be the deadliest tsunami ever. It was responsible for taking the lives of 150,000 people from many southeastern countries. In India, it hit parts of Tamil Nadu and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, killing more than 6,000 people. And today, I am here to share with you a few stories of courage and survival. Now, let's begin the stories from Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Ignatius was a manager of a cooperative society in Kachal. He felt the tremors in the early hours of morning. Actually, he was sleeping. His wife woke him up. He thought it was an earthquake. When the tremors stopped, they saw the sea rising, the family. This caused them confusion. Before he could realize, he saw his wife, two children, his father in law, and brother in law carried away by the waves. He was helpless. Thus, Ignatius lost his entire family, his wife, two children, brother in law, and father in law. Next is the story of a brave policeman named Sanjeev. He lived in the Kachal Islands of the Nicobar group of islands. He somehow managed to save himself, his wife, and his baby daughter. But then he heard cries for help from John's wife. John was the guest house cook. Sanjeev jumped into the water to save her, but they were both swept away and drowned. Next is the account of a 13-year-old girl, Meghna. She, along with her parents and 70 other people, was swept away. She held on to a wooden door and kept floating on it for 2 days. She was brought to the shore by a wave and thus survived. But she is all alone in the world now. Next is the story of a girl named Almaz who was 10 years old. The family was sleeping, but her father had woken up. He saw the water receding after the tremors. He knew it would come back with great force. He woke everyone. As they ran, his father fell down. Almaz's father rushed to help him. Then there came a big wave and swept both of them. Her mother and aunts were also carried away. Alma saw a log of wood floating. She climbed on it. Then she fainted. She woke up in a hospital in Kamota. She lost everyone and is all alone in this world. That means she has become an orphan now. Now, here is a story from Thailand. The Smith family from southeastern England came to Thailand to celebrate Christmas. They stayed at a beach resort in southern Thailand. Tilly was a 10-year-old schoolgirl and her sister was 7. Their parents were Penny and Colin Smith. That means the name of Tilly's mother was Penny Smith and her father was Colin Smith. Tilly and her mother both saw the water swelling. The beach was getting smaller and smaller every moment. Tilly's mother was not alarmed by these signs. Tilly remembered the video that her geography teacher had shown in the class 2 weeks before. She remembered that these were the signs of tsunami. She screamed and asked her family and others to go away from the beach. The family and others took refuge in the third floor of the hotel. Thanks to Tilly and her geography lesson, they were saved. Interestingly, they say that it's the animals who are the first to sense any forthcoming danger. Did they sense that tsunami was coming? Well, some say that they did. Some people even believe that animals have sixth sense. Tsunami killed 150,000 people, but only a few animals died. In Yala National Park in Sri Lanka, 60 visitors were washed away, but only 2 animals died. In the same park, people had observed 3 elephants run away from the beach an hour before the tsunami hit. A man in Sri Lanka had 2 dogs. On that day of tsunami, they refused to go to the beach and thus he was saved. All these accounts support the statement that animals sense forthcoming danger. So, dear children, hope you all have understood this chapter.